Revolvers in games number 1, the R.357 from the Finals. This revolver is actually really good. The Finals is kind of an odd game to me. It's a game that seems to put forth a lot of effort to make sure that you know that this game is crazy and a lot of wacky, zany stuff can happen. Like, whoa, you can put down jump pads and throw fire grenades and hook stuff. We have dashing. This ain't your dad's Call of Duty. Even though fundamentally it doesn't really deviate from the norm too much. We're still sprinting and sliding, aim down sights, hit scan machine guns, the works. That being said, the game's willingness to at least flirt with craziness gives you things like dual swords, grappling hooks, and cool revolvers like this one. The thing that I like about this weapon is that unlike most revolvers in a lot of games, which are often secondaries and fairly specialized as like the hard-hitting, slowest pistol you can take but still not as good as your primary, the R.357 is none of that. It's actually a very versatile primary weapon. If you're close up, it's great because, especially with headshots, it deals a ton of damage and can easily compete with a lot of the other weapons you can take. You would honestly be surprised just how fast this can kill enemies, even the heavies who have more health, especially if you can augment your DPS in any way, like with a turret or a fire. Because there are some situations where this weapon can leave people with an awkwardly small amount of health that would require an extra shot to kill, but getting a headshot or like literally any latent damage erases this issue. I think a lot of the people I fight very heavily underestimate this weapon because I'll get into a 1v1 with them, they'll take the first shot and they'll act like nothing happened, and then the second shot will come through or a headshot will come through and they'll start to get squirrely. And this extends out to even mid or longer ranges because it deals a ton of damage per shot, and at long range you really want to be dealing a lot of damage per hit because you're probably not going to get as many hits as when someone is close up, and if you let them live, they're going to break line of sight and escape. And the weapon's low fire rate, while a downside, does mean that you don't really have any like recoil or anything for landing those closing shots. This also makes the weapon really good at poking people too. One good shot at a long range will do a surprising amount of damage. Now it does have a fire rate and an ammunition capacity downside, but that's what makes these weapons fun to me. The long times in between shots and the fact that you only get like 6 of them makes it so that every shot is really important not to miss. And by extension, anything that you or your opponents do that might make you miss suddenly becomes much more impactful. And that's what makes using those and this both more challenging and therefore more exciting. I love it. I give this thing a 7, but not out of 10, out of Euler's constant.